You son of a bitch. Alright, so we're going to play a game. It's called Who is Your Daddy and What Does He Do? I'm going to ask a bunch of questions and I want to have them answered immediately. But this is Austin Osmond Spare. My friend Draco Memtet is he posted a bunch of pictures, screenshots of I think this is it's a book. I think I don't know. I think it's a book. But this is Austin Osmond Spare. It's like journaling or what like shit that I do, I guess. Very interesting. But this is fucking very funny too. This was around. This is in the 40s probably. All right, so it's talking about making alterations and then turning a question. It was, what is consciousness? So to have that like answered, that's this right here. What is consciousness? Sigilized. All right. Number 2, desire for pleasure, request to realize tactfully, tactually. I don't know what the fuck that means. All right, but it's I desire a large bottomed woman for social congress. As word symbols, that is. Holy shit, bro. This is... So you basically... you're taking... That makes a large word bank, you know? I desire a large bottomed woman for social congress. It doesn't look like he's taking out much. He's just, and this sigilizes that for him because everyone's programming their own brain when they're making sigils. But also, Austin Osmond Spare was a very, very talented artist. He was a painter and he could do all types of art and shit. So, I don't know, man. If you're good at drawing and shit, painting and stuff, and making shapes like that, if you could derive that from a sentence, and you could sigilize that shit, that's badass right there. I like that. As word symbols, as a sigil. Okay. Oh, he has word symbols and sigils for each. I desire intercourse with a vampire. Pfft. Word symbols. This is... damn, that's so cool, dude. Whoa. That, and if you look at this, I desire... There's an I right here, like, that goes perpendicular with the cock. I desire, so the D is the cock. I desire, the E is right here, is the Saturn symbol, half of it. I desire, the S is somewhere, desire, no more. I don't think you gotta do any more I's. Yeah, I think he's taking out repeating letters. Desire R. The R's in the Saturn thing too. E's already been there. Intercourse, so we're looking for an N. Oh, you could do the N right here, right next to the Saturn thing. Intercourse T. Oh, T is on the I as well, so it makes the cross. C. You got a C with the N right there. With a so you got a W for the wings. The V, that makes the complete. So the A and the V, and whatever else. Fuck. Dude, Austin Austin Spirits are just so goddamn cool. I can't draw like this though. Believe me, I do it all day, and I can't get it right like that. Like, it's so pleasing to the eyes to look at this shit. I don't have that talent, man. I have a talent for writing, and everyone's like has like a talent for one of these 7 liberal arts. You'll have everybody has one talent that they're good at, one out of the 7 liberal arts. So I'll send screenshots of that, the 7 liberal arts.
Actually, when you say classical, it's already in there. You don't have to, it's not an additive. This education was fundamentally Christian before that. It taught truth, goodness, and it taught beauty. And those things come from God. And it taught about human nature in the Christian view, and it was trying to form students along those lines.
Welcome to Classical Etc. You're in the studio with Shane Saxon.
Welcome to another episode of Classical Etc. I'm flanked on both sides by Martin Catherine.
That's uninteresting.
And Paul Schaefer, and I feel vulnerable.
And unfortunately, I guess I'm on your left. If we're separating.
Well, Martin came to me earlier today, and he asked, "May I sit at your right hand?" But
for the record, that is not true.
So the conversation for today is, I want to ask you gentlemen to help me with some semantics that I've been dealing with, and that is, what is the difference between the terms a liberal arts education and a classical education, and how do these expressions relate? But before we get there, we've been very busy. At least I have been.
Fucking queers. What are the 7 liberal arts? Yeah, I'm sorry, I went to Google. Use DuckDuckGo. What you see it pop right up. What are the 7 liberal arts and why are they important? The liberal arts have been around for over 2,000 years and they're still in practice today, but the world has changed since they were created. We understand more about education. No, we don't. We understand less about education than the sciences, technology. No, we don't. And psychology. No, we don't. No. This is all wrong. Then the ancient world. Our educational models have adapted too, although mostly over the last 2 centuries. Yeah, in 200 years, like, things vastly have just fucking at a rapido pace. Just went into this age of illumination. It's crazy. But yeah, did you know they started off as simply the 7 liberal arts? Why just 7? What about all the others, and aren't some disciplines part of the humanities now? Yes, but it wasn't always that way. This is how the liberal arts were taught for millennia before the introduction of standardized curricula or such a wide range of colleges and universities. What are the 7 classical liberal arts? Or what are the 7 liberal arts in the classical sense? The original 7 liberal arts aren't identical to the fields we now study at college and universities. It's important to understand that the liberal arts originated in the ancient world, beginning in Greece, being adopted in Roman culture, maintaining prominence in the Middle Ages, and continuing to to exist in schools to this very day. You don't have to go to school for any of this. It's grammar, rhetoric, and logic. The trivium. The trivium is a collection of the 3 fundamental liberal arts that pupils would study before moving on to the 4. It's always going to be a 3 and a 4. The 3 is it makes a house. Pyramids are made this way too. Even though, yeah, they have 4 corners, but they really have, it's like supported by 3 corners. Just like a fucking roof is supported by 3 corners, the form of 4 makes, a structure. So that's 4 and 3, it makes 7. So you got rhetoric, grammar, and logic. These 3 arts generally aren't studied as their own fields, but they do underpin everything we study in the liberal arts today. Some of them are immediately familiar too. Everybody studies grammar in grade school. Logic underpins philosophy and mathematics, and rhetoric can be still found in university-level writing courses. What we would have called elementary school 500 years ago were most likely called grammar schools. You could probably guess why. Also, the word grimoire comes from the word grammar. They focused on teaching language so that students could function better in society, engage in spiritual discourse, and for the privileged, continued education in the liberal arts through reading and writing. Learning the basics of language was a necessary foundation for learning everything. Yes, it is. For learning everything else in a reasonable amount of time. So grammar was the first art studied by anyone lucky enough to receive an education, or part of that lucky 10% who could read and write. Wow. Prior to the Industrial Revolution. Holy fucking shit. The quadrivium, the 4 ways, or the 4 roads. That's fucking sweet, dude. Quadrivium. Were the more complex and specialized of the 4 liberal arts. Learning these 4 arts required a command of the first 3 fundamental liberal arts, the trivium as a foundation. The 4 arts consisted of arithmetic, geometry, musical scales, music theory, and astronomy. Not to be confused with astrology. Yes, it is. If you know astronomy, if you're fucking interested in the stars, then you know fucking astrology too. You're gonna be into like what they mean, unless you're like a cold, soulless, materialist atheist. Arithmetic is the basis of mathematical skill. including addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Geometry is the basis of architecture and engineering as we know it. Music is often an elective course by high school, but no less important to a human society than mathematics or the written word. Astronomy, the charting of the stars, isn't taught in schools today. And that's so weird. Wait, dude. I took astronomy in high school. The teachers just passed you. So you didn't have to, we fucked off. We'd come to school high and shit and just fucking, they would just pass you along. They just kept passing you along. It was that no child left behind policy, because I went to school under the Bush dictatorship. So we got astronomy, but it was an elective though. And it was dry, it was a very dry class. Public schools they feel just like prison, or jails, if you will. Everything's the same. The food, the linoleum floors, everything. Anyways, astronomy, the charting of the stars, isn't taught in schools today, but has been a key skill in navigation and exploration at many points in time across the world. What is a classical liberal arts education? A classical liberal arts education starts with students learn the liberal arts. It means like a plentiful amount of different things of arts, and art is also science. It's art. Art is part art and part science. Left and right brain. So it's a huge ass just knowing all types of different shit. So a liberal arts education starts with students learning skills of the trivium, grammar, rhetoric, and logic in their early years, before the classical model was phased out by the progressive model we have today. Young students would spend their school time working through these 3 skills, which are all useful in their own right. Once students mastered those 3 skills, they could begin to learn the quadrivium, arithmetic, geometry, music, and astronomy at higher levels of education if they were lucky enough to continue. This differs from the progressive model that most schools use today, which incorporates language, mathematics, music, and social sciences into the same curriculum at an early age. Oh yeah, it's at an early age, yeah. All of it at the same time. Interestingly enough, some schools still favor the curriculum for some private schools still favor this type of, it's called classical education. Sick. What were the 4 lenses of the liberal arts? There are some different interpretations depending on who you ask, but the most common set of the 4 lenses of the liberal arts used to be history, humanities, social sciences, and the natural sciences. They don't really seem to fit quite right together, do they? Natural sciences are part of the STEM ecosystem, no pun intended, and history itself is considered one of several disciplines in the humanities rather than a comparable category. In the 21st century, you'll find that the liberal arts covers 3 categories instead: humanities, social sciences, performing, and fine arts. Each category contains its own set of disciplines looking something like this. The humanities breaks down to history, sometimes included as a social science. It is. Philosophy, political science, English, and other languages. The social sciences: economics, sociology, psychology, and anthropology, so important. It's important, dude. The fine and performing arts. Theater, that's how you assume God forms. Music is so important to learn. Poetry, often rolled into literature studies. And art history. Wow. Sick. The importance of liberal arts education in the 21st century. It's popular to tell every student, be a programmer or an engineer, or else you'll be flipping burgers for the rest of your life. But that advice is uninformed. Organizations need skills from liberal arts majors to succeed, including technology companies. The whole point of creating an organization is to achieve a complex goal beyond the ability of a single person by capitalizing on diversity of thought and skill. Skills and viewpoints from studying the liberal arts are an important part of that diversity, even if they've changed throughout history. P.S. New research says language skills help you learn programming faster than math skills, so it's entirely possible that you can learn new technical skills throughout life. I went to college, and your mom goes to college. I went to college, and and I went to my father went to Harvard. My father went to Harvard. My father went to Harvard. Oh, shit. My father went to Harvard. 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 I'm stoned as fuck. I got shit to do, guys, so